Through the static of a stormy night, a terrified man named Enzo makes a desperate phone call to a microbiologist in Italy. People are dying, he explains, violently and gruesomely, all because of something leaking out of a mysterious metal tank. The origin of this nightmare started in orbit. When the Skylab space station crashed back to Earth in 1979, one of its oxygen tanks slammed into the harsh Australian outback. NASA had not launched an empty piece of hardware. They had sent a parasitic fungus into space to test potential antifungal medications for their astronauts. But the extreme environment triggered a devastating reaction. The parasite adapted, encountered another organism, and mutated into a cross-species pathogen capable of hijacking human motor functions. Back on Earth, the local man who recovered the tank unknowingly nurtured the organism. By cleaning the metal with potatoes, he provided the exact proteins the fungus needed to grow. It evolved to consume living creatures, literally seizing control of their muscles and hijacking the host's nervous system to force them to spread its spores. When Dr. Hero Martins arrives to investigate the crash site, she accidentally gets infected. Within moments, the parasite floods her bloodstream, making her violently ill. Realizing she is rapidly losing control of her own mind and that no cure exists, she makes a grim choice. She ends her own life before the possession is complete. Faced with an unstoppable biological anomaly, the military seizes the tank and locks it away in a highly classified underground vault. They chose preservation over destruction, burying a biological time bomb deep beneath the surface. Decades pass. The secret military installation is eventually repurposed into an ordinary self-storage building. Travis and Naomi, two night shift security guards, are just trying to get through a quiet, entirely ordinary evening. But the silence is broken when Travis starts hearing a strange, rhythmic whistling and beeping noise echoing through the empty halls. They track the sound to a false wall hidden behind a large picture. Tearing away the drywall, they uncover a set of old circuits, a temperature breach warning, and a concealed door masked by a janitor's closet. Behind it lies an abandoned military office, thick with dust. Pushing further, they find a massive vertical chamber. Driven by curiosity, they step inside an old industrial elevator that plummets into the pitch-black earth. Crossing this threshold breaches a decades-old quarantine, leaving the safety of the surface for an active underground hunting ground. Up on the surface, things are already spiraling out of control. Naomi's erratic ex-boyfriend, Mike, pulls up to the storage facility. Earlier in the day, he had shot Naomi's cat in a fit of rage and tossed it in his trunk. Now, hearing movement from the back of his car, he opens it to check on the animal. The cat is alive, but it belongs to the fungus now. The mutated creature leaps out and violently explodes, projecting a thick cloud of spores that instantly infects both Mike and a wild deer standing nearby. Deep underground, Travis and Naomi discover their own waking nightmare. They stumble upon dozens of rats tangled together by their tails into a writhing mass, their bodies dripping with glowing green fungal slime. The primary containment vault has completely failed. The parasite has broken free from its metal prison and is spreading rapidly across the subterranean walls. The decades of dormancy are over. This pathogen is actively hunting, using the local wildlife and any warm body it can find to accelerate its violent climb to the surface. Back at military command, an emergency alert flashes across the screen of Major Robert Quinn. Recognizing the exact threat from the 1979 cover-up, Quinn goes rogue. He cashes in old favors, ignores military protocol, and secures specialized gear to mount his own extraction team. Meanwhile, Travis's boss, Griffin, shows up at the storage building with a gang of bikers. Their plan is to loot expensive flat-screen TVs sitting in the storage units. Instead, they walk blindly into Ground Zero. The infected deer wanders into the building and detonates. The blast coats the looters in spores. Within minutes, the bikers themselves begin violently exploding, spraying the fungus everywhere and sending the survivors into complete panic. Naomi is soon cornered by Mike, his body rapidly dissolving as the parasite puppets his movements. In a deeply unsettling display, he demands she open her mouth so he can vomit the infection directly into her. Travis and Naomi barely escape, barricading themselves inside a storage locker. The facility is completely overrun. With every new host that erupts, the air grows thicker with deadly spores, trapping the survivors in a claustrophobic, unwinnable war of attrition. Quinn finally arrives and delivers a grim reality check. The fungal network is expanding through the underground pipes. If it reaches the local water supply, the infection goes global. There is no biological cure. Their only option is complete incineration. He tasks Travis and Naomi with taking a small nuclear device back down into the abyss. The goal is to detonate the bomb hundreds of feet below ground, creating a localized blast to vaporize the parasite before it touches the water table. While they arm the weapon below, Quinn holds the line on the surface, fighting off waves of exploding mutants. When Griffin turns his gun on Quinn in the chaos, Quinn's partner Trini arrives just in time to shoot the rogue boss dead. With seconds left on the timer, Travis and Naomi sprint back up the shaft. They pile into a vehicle with Quinn and Trini, flooring the gas just as the entire underground complex is swallowed by atomic fire. In the weeks that follow, Abigail blows the whistle, exposing decades of government negligence. Quinn is finally recognized, and Travis and Naomi find peace, forging a genuine bond. Among them stands a single infected animal. Even a nuclear blast couldn't stop the spread, proving that humanity's extreme measures are no match for a perfect, adaptable parasite.